My selfish parents arranged their ideal wedding behind my back. They only wanted me for free childcare. I declined, and what happened next? Exposed their buried secrets. I'm Lily, a 19-year-old woman, and I've always felt like the odd one out in my family, like a puzzle piece that doesn't quite fit. My parents, who I'll just call Mom and Dad, are obsessed with projecting an image of perfection. They're the kind who send out glossy Christmas cards with staged photos and a boastful letter about how Sophia landed a big promotion or Ethan's headed to law school. Growing up, I thought that was just how families worked, but now I see it's all about their need to impress. I have two older siblings, Sophia, 26, female, and Ethan, 23, male. Sophia is practically Mom's mirror image, polished, talkative, and a natural at charming everyone. Mom calls her the family's shining star, like she's a prize on display. Ethan's the golden child, athletic, brilliant, and dating Mia, a 22-year-old woman my parents treat like she's already their daughter-in-law. Then there's me, the youngest, quieter, more self-reliant, and, well, the one who never quite belonged. The drama kicked off when my parents announced they were tying the knot after 27 years together. I always assumed they'd just stay partners forever, but no. They wanted a lavish wedding, not out of some grand love story, but to flaunt their status. They picked a swanky resort in Aspen for the big day. Sophia was named maid of honor, Ethan was a groomsman, and Mom was thrilled, gushing about how flawless it would all be. I sat at the dinner table, waiting for someone to mention my role, but no one did. I figured they were just caught up in the planning and would loop me in eventually. Weeks passed, and I realized I wasn't part of their picture-perfect vision. The first clue was when Mom asked me to watch Sophia's toddlers while they went gown shopping. I didn't think much of it. Toddlers don't exactly behave in fancy boutiques, so I stayed home. That evening, I saw Sophia's Instagram story, a photo of her, Mom, and Mia posing in a stunning bridal shop captioned, "3 queens choosing the dream dress." 3 queens. Guess I didn't make the cut. When I asked Mom why I wasn't invited, she brushed it off with, "Lily, you're not into dresses. You'd just be bored." Sure, I'm not obsessed with fashion, but I still wanted to be included. The worst part was how they acted like it was no big deal to leave me out. One evening at dinner, they were discussing the wedding playlist. I tried to suggest a song only for Mom to interrupt with, "Lily, this isn't your thing. Let us handle it." Let us handle it? I'm 19, not a kid. It wasn't just the planning. They ignored me in every way. They'd spend hours debating Sophia's kids' outfits or ask Mia's opinion on the centerpieces while I sat there, invisible. During one family dinner, Mom raved about how perfect Mia was, saying, "Mia, you're like the daughter I never had." I was right there, eating my lasagna thinking, great, so I'm the daughter you don't want. Then came the seating chart fiasco. I overheard Mom and Sophia debating table arrangements, and Sophia casually said, "Well, Lily can sit with the kids if we're short on space." Mom didn't even flinch, just mumbled, "I'll figure it out." That's when it hit me. I wasn't a priority in their eyes, just an extra they didn't know what to do with. The final straw was when Mia called me the nanny in front of everyone. It was during a laid-back dinner at home. Sophia was stressing about who'd watch her kids during the ceremony, and Mia chirped, "Oh, Lily's got it. She's such a great nanny." No one corrected her. Not Mom, not Dad. Then came the travel arrangements, and this is where I truly saw how little I mattered. One evening, I overheard Mom on the phone, gushing about the first-class tickets they'd booked for the whole family. She even said, "Of course Mia's flying with us. We wouldn't dream of leaving her out." My name? Not mentioned. I hoped maybe they were planning a surprise, but deep down, I knew better. They didn't do surprises for me. The day before the trip, Mom stormed into my room, snapping, "Lily, why aren't you packing? We leave tomorrow." I stared at her. Packing for what? She gave me an exasperated look, like I was the one being absurd. "The wedding, obviously." I asked the question that had been gnawing at me. "Did you even get me a ticket?" Her face froze for a moment before she laughed it off with, "Oh, Lily, you don't need first class like the rest of us. We'll grab you a ticket tomorrow. Plenty of economy seats available." I was stunned. Everyone else had first-class tickets booked ages ago, but for me, they'd thrown together a last-minute plan. "Are you kidding me?" I asked. She waved it off. "Don't make a big deal out of this, Lily. It's about being there for family, not where you sit." Sure, easy for her to say from her cushy first-class seat. Then Dad piped up from the hallway, "Just pack something basic. You don't need anything fancy since you're not in the wedding." Not in the wedding? I'm their daughter, and I didn't even get a minor role like passing out programs. Mia, who isn't even engaged to Ethan, had a custom gown and a prime seat, while I was an afterthought. I asked, "What am I supposed to do at the wedding?" "Sit in the back and cheer." Mom rolled her eyes. "Lily, stop being so dramatic. This is about the family, not you. You'll be there to help out." "Help out?" I pressed, sensing where this was going. She hesitated. "Well, Sophia could use someone to watch the kids during the ceremony. They get fidgety." And there it was, the real reason they wanted me there. Not as family, but as free childcare. I let out a bitter laugh. "So, you didn't book me a ticket? You don't care what I wear? And I'm only invited to babysit?" Mom gave me that look she's mastered, the one that says I'm being unreasonable. "Lily, you're so good with the kids. Who else would do it?" "Maybe their parents?" I snapped. She sighed like I was the problem. "We don't have time for this. You're coming, so pack." "No, I'm not," I said, my voice steady. She blinked, clearly not expecting resistance. "Don't be silly. You're part of this family." "Am I?" I shot back. "Because it sure doesn't feel like it." Dad jumped in. "Lily, this isn't the time for your attitude. You're coming, and that's final." "Attitude?" I said, my voice rising. "I'm not throwing a fit, Dad. I'm done being treated like I don't exist. You didn't even think to book me a ticket, and now I'm just the babysitter?" Mom folded her arms. "Lily, we've worked hard to make this day perfect. You're being selfish." "Selfish?" They had the audacity to call me selfish. "Fine," I said, grabbing my phone. "You don't need to worry about me. I'm not going." Mom opened her mouth to argue, but then just huffed and left, muttering, "Do what you want, but don't regret it later." The next morning, the house was silent. Normally, I'd hear Mom barking orders or Sophia scrambling to find a kid's missing shoe, but not today. They must have left at dawn because when I woke up, everyone was gone. No knock on my door, no goodbye, no text from Mom or Dad, not even a "we'll miss you" from Sophia or Ethan. It was like I vanished the moment I refused to go. By afternoon, I tried to distract myself with a TV show when my phone pinged. It was an Instagram notification. Mom had posted a photo of everyone in matching outfits at the Aspen Resort, captioned, "All of us together for this unforgettable day. Family always comes first." All of us? Funny, because I wasn't there. I stared at the post, a mix of rage and disbelief bubbling up. The comments started pouring in. "Where's Lily? Is Lily okay? Why isn't she in the photo?" I waited for Mom's response, and she didn't disappoint. To one comment, she replied, "Sadly, Lily wasn't feeling well and couldn't make it. She's with us in spirit." In spirit? But Dad took it further, commenting, "Family first, always, even when we're apart. Lily's resting, but cheering us on." Cheering them on? The only thing I was cheering for was their signal dropping so they'd stop this nonsense. I was livid. They didn't just exclude me. They turned me into a lie to save face. Instead of owning up, they made me the sick kid who couldn't travel, all to protect their precious image. I debated letting it slide, but I couldn't. I wasn't sick or resting. I was erased. So I snapped a selfie and posted it with the caption, "Not sick, just left behind. Guess I'm not part of the family first dream." I tagged Mom, Dad, Sophia, Ethan, and Mia for good measure. Within minutes, my phone exploded. Supportive comments rolled in. "What? They didn't bring you? This is so wrong, Lily. You deserve better." Then came the backlash. Sophia commented, "Really, Lily? Airing family drama online? Grow up." I ignored her. If she didn't like the truth, that was her problem. Ethan, ever the diplomat, wrote, "Lily, I thought you didn't want to come." Why do this? Why? Because I was tired of being invisible. Mia didn't comment but liked Sophia's post. Predictable. Extended family and friends started chiming in, and people who'd seen Mom's post were now seeing mine. Aunt Karen, who's never bought Mom's perfect family act, wrote, "So you left your daughter behind and lied about it?" Classy. A family friend added, "Lily, I'm so sorry. This is unacceptable." Then Mom called. I let it go to voicemail. Dad called next. Ignored. Sophia texted, "Pick up." Mom's freaking out. Good. Mom left a voicemail, her voice tight with anger. "Lily, what are you doing? Do you know how humiliating this is? We didn't exclude you. You chose not to come. Now you're making us look awful. This is immature. Take it down." I didn't reply. Instead, I posted a screenshot of her voicemail, blurred for privacy, with the caption, "Truth stings, doesn't it?" That night, my cousin Nora, 21, who was at the wedding, messaged me. "Lily, this is insane. I'm so sorry they did this. Want me to stir things up?" I wasn't sure what she meant, but I was curious. "Go for it," I replied. And that's when my revenge started taking shape. After Nora's message, I was intrigued but a bit wary. She's always been the wild card in the family, and if she said she could shake things up, I knew she meant business. But at that point, I was ready for some chaos. Nora didn't spill much, just hinted that she had control over the reception slideshow. This wasn't some basic presentation. It was a professionally crafted montage Mom had obsessed over for weeks, cherry-picking photos to paint our family as picture-perfect. She'd bragged about how it would move everyone to tears, and Nora, she had the power to tweak what went on screen. The next morning, she texted, "I've got a plan, but you gotta trust me." I didn't care about the details. I just wanted someone to hold my family accountable. "Do it," I replied. The reception was in a lavish ballroom with chandeliers that probably cost more than my rent. According to Nora, the vibe was insufferably self-congratulatory. Mom was radiant, Dad was basking in praise, and Sophia and Ethan were playing their parts as the ideal siblings. Mia was eating up the attention too. Nora sent me a selfie from the restroom, captioned, "Mia's acting like she's the star and Mom's loving it." When the slideshow started, Nora texted, "It's time. Hope you're ready." I wasn't there, but I could feel the tension through her messages. The lights dimmed, the room hushed, and the first slide appeared. Family always. A journey of love. It began innocently. Old photos of Mom and Dad, vacations, milestones. Then came shots of Sophia and Ethan growing up. School events, birthdays, family trips. Me? I was barely in it. Nora said there might have been 1 or 2 baby photos of me, but after that, I was gone from the story, especially once Sophia and Ethan hit their teens. The slideshow moved to recent years. Tons of pictures of Sophia's kids, Ethan and Mia at upscale dinners, and the family, minus me, at various gatherings. Nora said guests started whispering, noticing my absence. Then came the final slide, or what Mom thought was the final slide, a forever thankful for family message with a Hamptons vacation photo. But Nora had swapped it for a blank screen that read, "Some family members couldn't be here, or were they overlooked?" Nora said the room went silent like a movie scene. Sophia gasped and muttered, "What is this?" before storming out. Ethan looked like he wanted to disappear. Mom? She was frozen. Guests started murmuring, some pulling out their phones, likely checking Instagram. Mom tried to recover, standing up with, "Oh, just a little glitch. Let's applaud these beautiful memories." No one clapped. Nora texted, "Mission complete. Mom's unraveling." Guests began questioning the slide. Aunt Linda marched up to Mom and demanded, "What was that about? Where's Lily? Why isn't she here?" Mom stuck to her lie. Lily was under the weather and stayed home. She didn't want to get anyone sick. But by then, my Instagram post had spread thanks to Nora showing it to a few cousins. One cousin showed it to Aunt Linda, who said loudly, "She doesn't look sick to me." The questions piled up. Guests openly asked why I was left out and why my parents lied. Nora kept me posted. "Mom's getting grilled by Aunt Linda and Uncle Tom. It's intense." Sophia was crying in the bathroom, upset that the focus was on me. Mia asked Ethan if they should bail early. I was at home, munching popcorn, savoring every update. For once, my family was being forced to face their actions. By the end of the night, Mom was a wreck. She gave a shaky speech about family unity, but no one bought it. Nora's final message? Mom left crying. Dad looks furious. Best wedding ever. I couldn't stop laughing. For the first time, I felt heard, even if it was through Nora's perfectly timed chaos. The morning after the wedding, my phone was flooded with notifications, texts, DMS, comments. It was chaos. Nora messaged first, "Lily, they're fuming. Mom's calling it a tech error, but everyone knows the truth. You're the talk of the town." I wasn't shocked they'd try to spin it, but the damage was done. My Instagram post had exploded overnight, with friends, cousins, and even family friends sharing it, some tagging my parents directly. A cousin wrote, "Lily, this is awful. I didn't know they excluded you like that." Another added, "Family first?" More like family favorites. The hashtag #family first, except Lily started trending and I laughed every time I saw it. Then came my family's texts. Sophia went first. "Lily, I can't believe you're doing this. Mom and Dad poured their hearts into this wedding, and you're ruining it with your drama. Act your age." I ignored her. Her playing the victim was old news. Mom called twice. I didn't pick up. Her voicemail was peak Mom. "Lily, it's your mother. I'm appalled at your behavior. We wanted this wedding to be special for everyone, and you've turned it into a spectacle. This is childish. Call me." Nope. Dad stayed silent, which was typical. Throughout the day, relatives and friends reached out, most supporting me. One of Mom's friends, Susan, sent a screenshot of a group chat where people were tearing into my parents for sidelining me. One person wrote, "I can't believe they treated Lily like this. She's better off without them." Susan captioned it, "People see the truth, Lily. Stay strong. By afternoon, the gossip mill was churning. I heard through Nora that Mom and Dad were facing tough questions from friends who weren't buying the Lily was sick story. Nora said they cut their honeymoon short and left Aspen early. Guess the pressure was too much. One of my younger cousins, Max, texted, "Lily, I thought you were just quiet, but now I see they never gave you a chance. I'm sorry." That hit me hard. For years, I wondered if I was the problem, but now I knew it was them. That evening, Mom texted again. "Lily, this has gone too far. I know you're hurt, but dragging this online isn't helping. Let's talk and move forward." I didn't respond. Instead, I posted another Instagram update. The truth isn't easy, I guess. I've been sidelined, ignored, and treated like I don't matter for years. This wedding was just the breaking point. I deserve more, and I'm done pretending. Thanks to everyone who's reached out, your support means everything. The response was overwhelming. People I hadn't spoken to in ages messaged, saying they admired my courage. Even some of Sophia's friends commented, "Good for you, Lily." By bedtime, I felt a strange calm. I wasn't just swallowing their treatment anymore. I was calling it out, and people were listening. I thought the drama had peaked, but I hadn't accounted for Uncle Jack. Jack's mom's older brother, a no-nonsense guy who says it like it is, even if it ruffles feathers. He's always treated me like I matter, unlike most of the family. 2 days after the wedding, he called. "Lily, I saw your post and I just talked to your mom. What's going on?" I spilled everything. Jack listened quietly, then said, "That's it. I'm coming over." I tried to protest, but he cut me off. "I'm coming. They need to hear this from me." Hours later, Jack strode into the house like he owned it. I was in the living room when he walked in, looked at me, and said, "Pack a bag." "What?" I asked, confused. "You're not staying here," he said. "Pack what you need. I'll handle your parents." Before I could respond, Mom and Dad appeared. Mom looked shocked to see Jack. Dad just looked irritated. "Jack, what are you doing here?" Mom asked, her voice tight. "What am I doing here?" Jack shot back. "What are you doing? Leaving your daughter behind and lying about it. Have you lost it?" Mom's face flushed. "Jack, this is private." "Private?" he snapped. "When my niece is being treated like she doesn't exist, it's my business." Dad tried to step in. "Jack, you don't have the full story. Lily didn't want to come." Jack wasn't having it. "Don't give me that. She didn't want to come because you made her feel unwanted. No planning, no ticket, and now you're blaming her? Unbelievable." Mom tried to speak, but Jack cut her off. "Do you know how humiliating it is to see my sister get called out for neglecting her kid? You've been so obsessed with your perfect image that you didn't notice you were pushing Lily away." Mom started sobbing, collapsing onto the couch. "We didn't mean for this," she choked out. "We just wanted a perfect wedding." Jack scoffed. "Perfect for who? Not Lily." Dad muttered, "This isn't helping, Jack." "No, Robert," Jack said coldly. "What's not helping is you acting like this is fine. You messed up, and instead of owning it, you're making excuses. That's weak." While they argued, I went upstairs to pack, as Jack had instructed. The idea of leaving, even temporarily, felt right. I could hear the yelling downstairs, Mom's voice high and shaky, Dad trying to stay calm, Jack dismantling their defenses. When I came back down, the room was quiet. Mom was still crying, Dad looked defeated, and Jack was unfazed. "Ready?" he asked, nodding at the door. I hesitated. "Are you sure?" He put a hand on my shoulder. "Lily, you don't have to stay where you're not valued. Let's go." As we headed to his car, Mom ran after us. "Lily, please," she begged. "Don't do this. We'll make it right. Just delete your posts, and we'll talk." I turned to her. "You're only sorry because you got caught. If no one had noticed, you wouldn't care." "That's not true," she insisted, tears streaming. "We love you. We've just been stressed." I shook my head. "That's no excuse." She reached for me, but Jack stepped in. "Back off, Diane. You've done enough." The drive to Jack's was quiet. He finally said, "You don't have to go back there, Lily." "I don't know," I admitted. "I don't have a plan." He nodded. "That's fine. You've got time, and I've got your back." Staying with Uncle Jack and Aunt Emma was like a weight lifting. For the first time, I wasn't bracing for criticism or guilt trips. They didn't treat me like a burden. They just let me be. Meanwhile, Nora kept me posted on the chaos back home. Mom tried to hold a family meeting to fix things, but it was a mess. Sophia was livid that the wedding was overshadowed. Ethan played peacemaker, but even Mia was annoyed, feeling like the attention was stolen from her. Mom and Dad kept leaving voicemails. "Lily, let's talk." "You're being unfair." "This isn't you." I ignored them. Mom's texts got more desperate. We love you, Lily. We didn't realize you felt this way. Can we meet? Then, we're planning a special event for you. A pity party? No thanks. I heard through Nora they were telling people they'd buy me a car for my birthday to make up for it. A car? They thought that would erase years of neglect? A few weeks later, with Jack's help, I moved into my own apartment. It was small but mine, and the freedom was incredible. Mom called the day I moved in, pleading, "Lily, you don't have to do this, we're your family." "Are you?" I asked. "It hasn't felt like it." She had no response. Now, I'm settled in my place, working at a coffee shop and saving for college. Jack insisted on covering therapy, which has helped me process years of feeling invisible. My parents and I aren't really talking. Mom sends occasional texts, but I keep it brief. Dad's mostly silent, probably embarrassed. It's wild how much has changed in a few months. I used to feel stuck, but now I feel free. They can't rewrite the story anymore. The truth is out, and everyone knows it. Thanks for hearing me out. I don't know what's next, but for the first time, I'm excited to find out.